And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So the Illinois Fighting Illini offense. Have the ball first. He'll pull it on the read. Plows through the defense. He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage.
Really nice job by the defense shutting down all the options. Don't let him get into his reading phase. Go get him right now, play sound, and more importantly, tackle him and get him on the ground.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Under fire. Pressure in his face, and he lets it fly.
Yeah, this offense might want to think about moving the launch point for this QB, because if you take hits like that from the pocket, it's really tough to complete passes.
The Fighting Illini facing a 3rd and long to keep this drive alive. Looking to pass. It's Barnes. Here comes the heat. Couldn't find a man and just had to throw it away to avoid a negative play. Illinois lining up to punt this one away. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. Takes it on the return. Slips through the line. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets a little bit of ground for the offense. The Ducks offense will have its first possession of the game. They'll go to the ground. Jukes his way for more. Brought down at the 47-yard line after the 15-yard pickup. The Ducks get a fresh set of downs with a fast, hard finish on that play.
Fast is the word. As long as I can remember watching Oregon football, it's always guys that can get the football, get downhill, get back in the line of scrimmage, run the next play really fast, but it always starts with the ground game.
The Ducks can really attack on this 2nd and short. Caught close to the marker, it's Moore. He stopped at the 32-yard line, pick up a 5 on the play, and it'll be a first down. Here's a quick throw out to the left. There he goes. Inside the 15, out of bounds at the 14-yard line. The offense looking for a score. And the Ducks will snap it on 1st and 10. They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. It's complete. Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be 1st and goal.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
They'll run it on 1st and goal. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. The Ducks come to the line in the hurry-up. Tries again to get it in. Going right back to the well, and this time he finds water. Gets it into the end zone for the touchdown. get set for the point afters. We have the first score of the game.
And I like the running back's vision. He sees the hole, explodes through it. He knows where the goal line is, gets in the end zone, gets 6.
And they did tack on that extra point without any adventure. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes the Illini offense back onto the field. They went 3 and out on their first possession. Now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Grabbed over the middle. It's Dixon. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
Well, and a nice job working the middle of the field. I think it's so important to keep defenses honest, and you can't just dink and dunk outside. You got to work the middle. Great job finding this wide receiver over the middle of the field.
Unloads it left. It's complete. Oh, he's got some space. Plenty of room on that play, and they find their way to the 36.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. Just got to get him to the ground quickly.
Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Slithers into space. Relying on that running game, and it works for about 3 yards to the 31.
And man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Touch pass on the jet sweep. Working their way closer and closer. A third down conversion, and they've got it at the 26. Illinois putting together a really nice drive. From the gun, they'll try the middle. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
Well, the offense didn't have the result they wanted on that first drive, having to punt, but they're having a lot more success here on the second drive. They're having some balance, and they're getting a rhythm. I think a big part of that is their ability to run the football. Very, very important to them, and doing a nice job on that last play, picking up the first down.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. They'll run it from the gun. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
And you know exactly what time it is when you get down here in the red zone. You got to be able to run the football, but when you got a back like this who punches the ball in the end zone consistently almost every single game, you are going to feed that animal the rock.
Pressure coming. And he tried to make something happen with his feet, but they stopped him short, and it'll bring up a fourth down. And if the kicker can put one through, this will be a successful drive. It's good. He hit that one right down the middle. That'll bring him to within 4. After putting up the field goal, they're set to kick it away.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
Nice, just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. Looking for a crease to the left. Turning it on. Running into the open space. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Ducks! You know they love their track at Oregon. And when the gun goes off and he hits open field, he is headed to the tape, and he was burning by the time he hit the end zone.
And they've had guys year after year with serious track speed. They'll get you the small runs, lull you to sleep, and then boom, they make those big plays because they got big-time playmakers with speed at running back.
He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Illinois offense returns to the field. They might be feeling a little heat here as they've fallen into a 14-3 hole early. Leaves it with the back. And Maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot.
And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
And that's not a good sign for this offense. You gave up 4 sacks a week ago. Now you're already getting your quarterback hit. They've got to protect their dude. They got to give him more time so he can make plays down the field. Protection is the biggest issue for this offense.
Snagged in the middle. It's Dixon. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down. Illinois runs the punt unit onto the field. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. Opening snap of this drive comes from the 31-yard line. Leaves it with the back. Makes it past the marker. And it's a first down. They'll mark it at the 44. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Moore will throw. Fires to the tight end. Gets away from one, finds room. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to go up top on first down. Fires to the big fella. And he's knocked down immediately, but a good pickup on that play.
Nice quick throw there. And it's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find a rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate and easy throw. And you can tell that these two guys, they
breaks into the open. Down to the 26-yard line where the tackle is made. Pick up a 5 and a first down. And he picks up yet another first down, just slicing and dicing through this defense. 7 players in program history have gotten 1,500 yards in a season. It feels like he's going to get that in this game.
And the thing I like about the Ducks is if it ain't broke, they don't try to fix it. If the run's working, keep handing it off. And right now, it's working.
This offense has become a first down machine, and that is so demoralizing for the defense, especially for those star players that are playing tons of snaps. They're not subbing out as much. By the fourth quarter, they're going to be gassed.
Operating in the red zone here on second down. Gonna run it. It's Green. They get him stopped, but those feet kept moving until he was down to the 5.
On second down defensively, I'm always like, hey, let's get to third down. Really good job by the offense. It's like, nah, we're going to stick this run right down your throat.
Looking for the end zone. Touchdown, Oregon! And they take it in for 6 more points. No midseason doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in week 6.
Offense slips the running back out of the backfield. Nobody decides to cover him. My man makes the play. Shows off the hands first. Got to make the catch first. Does the rest. Walks in the end zone for the touchdown.
He'll bring it out. It's Woodside. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Just enough time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. To the air, it's Barnes. Trying to set up the screen. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there. We're through one period, and these receivers are showing out big time. Take a look at the stats. Just about ready to get things started here in the second. We'll see if they continue to flex that muscle. So second down here as we're back at it after the break. Wants to go up top. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Really needed a for this offense. Looking downfield on first down. Fires it incomplete.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. If the intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
Right back up top on 2nd and 10. Punts it out of the air. And they get to him and knock him down to prevent a big gain.
Well, you can tell those two have been practicing the out route all offseason long. They look like they could have completed that in their sleep.
Out of the gun, the inside give. Nice move there. And he's still running after the move. Big pickup on that one. They'll mark him out at the 40.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
And the defense snows him under after a very short gain. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out after picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. The give from the gun. Can't get him to the ground. Got enough for the first. And he picks up a first down. That is not a flag on the play. It's just lingerie on the deck after that move. This offense has been sluggish to say the least, but finally they're on the move on 1st and 10. Rushes on him. Unloads to the wideout. A strike downfield. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down. Illinois picked up the first down. Now here they come again. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Woodside. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
Great play by the cornerback. He was just way too physical at the point of attack. He beat his man trying to block him, and he tackled that receiver on the screen.
They've got the screen set up. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score.
Well, that completion now sets up a critical 3rd down here in the red zone for this quarterback. His offense, his team, is trailing by a lot. They're going to need him to start making plays consistently, and he's going to have to do it when the defense knows he's about to throw it. And that's exactly the situation right here. 3rd down in the red zone. The quarterback has got to step up on this next play.
1st and goal, and this feels like their chance to make a game of it. Wants to throw. It's Barnes. Here's the heat. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
I think defenses sometimes get frustrated and you want to get blitz happy and because you give up yards. In this day and age, you're going to give up yards. Who cares? This is the area you got to bow up.
He's going. Got some room. Headed to the goal line. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown Illini.
You know, this offense knew coming into the season it was so important for this guy to stay healthy. They needed him week in, week out because he plays at such a high level, and he's showing it here. That last carry was his 10th rushing touchdown of the season.
PAT unit on the field. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, the big top 15 battle is underway, and it's been very interesting so far. Clemson is ahead early in Death Valley, but that's not exactly Trevor Lawrence out there. This game is a long way from being over. They're up by 7 over Pittsburgh. Never know what's going to happen in the ACC, and we'll circle back if anything develops. Fellas?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. There he goes. And what a huge huge chunk play for this offense. Just exactly what you need to move the ball down the field.
And right there you see the key to this football team's success. Not just offensively, they rip off explosive plays. That's why they've been winning games here as of late. They can get chunks at a time. They've got playmakers all over the field.
What a great job they've done in Big Ten play up to this point, and you see them now feeling as if they can accomplish something big.
No doubt, Reese, and I think it's a great start to the season. Like, again, you have goals and you have midpoints to the season where you're at right now. This is where you wanted to be. You wanted to be in the mix in one of the best conferences in all of college football, and Jesse, they're doing that in the Big Ten.
Yeah, they've been able to handle the stage and handle the pressure. With every win, that makes the next game that much bigger, and they've shown up on big stages on national television, and they've been able to deliver. This game, though, is the biggest yet. If they keep on the pace they're at, they're going to be playing for a Big Ten championship.
Looking to throw again. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Ducks! That touchdown grabbed the 25th of his career.
Not surprising either. When you've got this guy's ability at that position, quarterbacks are going to be looking for you. 25 touchdown catches, that's an impressive figure.
Yeah, he's definitely one of those guys that have been so big time. Big time moments, clutch plays, makes those contested catches. He's a guy that can do everything, and that's why he's putting up such great stats.
Number 18, set to advance on the football.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Illini offense back onto the field. Trailing now by 17, David. This is an opportunity that they need to answer.
And down by 17, it's not panic mode yet. Like, I know
He lofts one down the sideline. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
And that's a big shot, that's a big incompletion, but this offense has to continue to do more of that. When you're trailing and you've got to make plays, they got to find creative ways to push this ball down the field and get this offense in a flow.
Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
That's a nice play on offense there. And how about the tight end getting out of his stance and working his way across the field, using his speed to clear the defense and make the catch?
Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. The Illini just added to its workload after that last play. It's 2nd and long. Back to pass, it's Barnes. Grabbed in the middle, it's Woodside. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
Nice completion, nice short gain. Now it sets up 3rd down. And wait a minute, 3rd down now becomes, we're going to go for it on 4th down anyways, so it really doesn't matter that much. Great job getting a little chunk. Now we get to go have some fun.
Makes the grab. He's got 1st down yardage across the 50. They'll mark it at the 49.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
Fires to the tight end. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be 2nd and just a few breaths away from the 1st down. And they'll come to the line just needing a few chain links for a 1st down. They'll try the run. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And this guy has been a dominant force early in this game. We're still in the 1st half. He already has a sack. He gets a tackle for loss there. He's playing so well with his eyes right now. He's reading his keys, and he's letting his God-given ability put him in the backfield to make these plays.
Nice job by this offense converting the 3rd down. Listen, 3rd and short, they know you're going to run the football, and they still did a great job being physical. 3rd downs has been such a struggle for this offense. Bottom 50, one of the worst in college football. Nice job on that play.
Oh, he had him right down the middle, and it just squirted right through his fingers, and they miss an opportunity for a nice play on 1st down. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Fires to the wideout. Quarterback just flat missed him. Incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Pocket breaking down. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. Illinois lining up to punt this one away. He'll try to really get into this one. Down to 2 minutes before the half, and they'll take the timeout and see if they can add a little more before the break. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. More to the air. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
Yeah, and you just wonder if the defense now is taking out some frustration. Obviously, they've been getting lit up all over the place. And that time, they finally gave it back to the offense there. Really nice, big, clean hit. This defense needs a little bit more of that as the game goes on.
Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. The Ducks come to the line with a fresh set of downs. To the air on first down. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. So now it's 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Quick completion on the out route. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down mark.
Well, that's great timing by the quarterback and receiver on that out route. If you're going to be running that against man coverage like they were there, that ball has to be thrown early, and it's got to be thrown out in front of the receiver, and they execute it perfectly.
Caught near the sticks. It's Hill. He steps out of bounds, but he's got a first down on the play. 6th play of the drive coming up.
And first down for the offense.
Wants to throw again. Caught in the backfield. It's Green. Breaks the tackle. Stopped at the 44, but he got 10 on the play. Everybody wants chunk plays, and you need them, but this has been the epitome of efficiency.
No doubt. Take what the defense gives you. Sometimes it's okay to be patient. Sometimes it's okay not to put...
Makes the grab along the left sideline for the huge gain. He's finally stopped, but not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18.
And that is such an accurate throw. It's one thing to do it from the pocket when you have your feet set underneath you, but when you can get outside, off schedule, on the move, and throw a dart like that...
Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28.
Yeah, that's a great job. And listen, this quarterback's had success. He's already thrown for 2 touchdowns. We got to make him feel uncomfortable. This is still early in the game. Nice job by the defense, getting a hit on the quarterback and making him think a little bit.
And the Ducks now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Working that left side now. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock.
This receiver is such a weapon, and he has so much speed, and he can generate explosive plays for your offense, not just running go routes and post routes, but how about throwing him the drag, letting him catch it, and use his speed to turn it upfield.
He makes a grab. He gets it in. Touchdown, Oregon.
And with that score, this thing is getting ugly. This offense has had their way, and not only have they had their way, now they finish the half like you're supposed to, scoring the football, building on their lead. This defense is going to have to go into half and find some answers.
He'll try to tack on one more.
For the extra point.
extra point, they push the lead out a little further. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Final seconds of the first half. Let's see if they can pull off a little magic. To the ground with the back. Really nice job to squirt his way up to the 31-yard line. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. To throw, it's Barnes. He's going to throw deep right side. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Guys, you've been taking in a magnificent scene there today in Champaign. And if you thought that was a quick first half, you'd be right on the money. Two workhorse running backs who just kept pounding the rock behind offensive lines who look less like college kids and more like bulldozers. Call it ground and pound, call it pin and pummel. Both sides have been dominant, and I'm curious to see if either defense can make an adjustment. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at Memorial Stadium.
All right, Kevin, about ready to get things cranked back up here. Illinois has it teed up, ready to start the second half. Coming out with it, it's Butler. Gets it across the 20 to the 21, and not quite what he would have picked up just taking the touchback. Three tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. He'll start the third quarter with the run. Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Back to pass. Fires to the big fella. They finally make the stop, and it's been this way this guy's whole career as a senior makes a play after the grab.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Off the bootleg and rolling out. Steps away. He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down.
Well, he's showing you all the tools in the toolbox now. We saw earlier in the game his ability throwing the football, and now you're getting to see it with him running, too. This guy is the definition of a dual-threat quarterback, and right now, this defense had...
Oh, he's got some space. Defense needs to regroup as he gets it down to the 26.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. This offense had so much success in that first half, so in the third quarter, they come out, and the quarterback looks like he's still dealing. This has been a really nice drive. That was a really nice throw. Just keep doing what you're doing if you're on offense.
They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion.
We've seen really nice balance here on this drive. Quarterback's 3 for 3. He's picking this defense apart. They've also run the ball well, too, and here they are down close to the goal line. This defense has no idea what's coming next.
They're setting up the screen. Beck's going for the goal line. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Ducks! This guy's putting the Oregon offense on his shoulders, carrying them however you want, on the ground or through the air.
I mean, so fun to watch when you got a guy that can do this. And we've seen it with the Ducks in history, man. They've had some great ones that put their team on their shoulders. If you need me to run it, I'll run it. You need me to throw it, I can do that too.
He'll bring it out. It's Woodside. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. The Illinois offense returns to the field. Power football with the run. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And after your defense just went out there and gave up a touchdown and let them build the lead more, you really need to come out with this drive and answer. And the running game is not it. They were ready for that. Gonna have to create some explosive plays through the passing game.
Back to throw, it's Barnes. Unloads to the wideout. Complete in the middle. Now they've got a little room to work with. They're out to the 28 with a first down.
That's a huge throw for the offense, but they're down by a ton. They're going to need a lot more of that, and it's not going to be easy considering the defense knows they're probably going to be throwing the ball every play here in the second half moving forward.
Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. Illinois coming out with a 1st and 10. He's got it on the right. And just a short and safe pass play. They pick up a few.
I like the slot receiver because he gives his quarterback a good option of working the middle of the field. He's a nice weapon in this offense.
Trying play action. That's caught. It's Woodside. Stopped at the 46-yard line, but give him 10 yards and the first down.
I know the offense is down by a lot here in the second half. You just need one big play, though, to spark the offense, get the confidence going, and they may have found it right there in that completion. Good throw, good catch. Now we got to keep it going.
Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big gain.
Looking to throw on first down. They're working that left side. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's 1st and goal from the 7. The Illini started this drive deep in their own end, but now starting to generate some momentum. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack.
This is a situation here in the third quarter this offense did not want to be in, facing a top 10 defense, one of the best units in the entire country. They didn't want to get down on the scoreboard like this and all of a sudden have to throw the football when the defense knew that was going to happen. The incompletion there is not a big surprise. This defense knows what's coming, and it's all because of the points right now on the scoreboard.
On 3rd and goal, they'll try to throw it in. It's complete to the right. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. Now on 4th down, they'll settle for a field goal try. And he'll try to knock through a short one, his 2nd of the day. This one from 23. Good right down the boulevard. Had to settle for the field goal. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Hey, fellas, here's a quick update on a top 15 clash today. Clemson is down right now, but I'm not convinced this team doesn't have a C.J. Spiller-like big play in them. Any change in momentum, and this is a brand-new game. They're trailing by 10 to Pittsburgh. We'll circle back if anything changes in this big-time AC.
Turning it on. Quick step and go. And that tackle almost certainly saved a touchdown after he ripped off a huge gain.
You're going to win a lot of games if you can generate explosive plays. That's what we've seen in recent weeks from this football team, but this offense, man, they are every defensive coordinator's nightmare because of the players they've got lining up all over.
Moore will throw. Got it set up on the outside. Finds a crease at the 20. Inside the 20-yard line. Pushed out at the 18, and they're in business.
Well, this defense is going to have to find a way to start mixing up their coverages. They're in a tough spot. They're down right now, so most people would think the opponent would be running the ball, but when you've had the success these guys have had throwing it, you're going to see more shot plays, and you better change your looks up to try and get a takeaway to get back in this game.
The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Second down, he'll throw it. Snagged out of the air. Touchdown, Oregon! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. So much about the passing game is about timing, execution, communication, and these two, that's a virtual textbook.
No doubt about it. And the receiver making plays for his quarterback, being dependable, running the route to the right depth consistently. Does a great job running his route. Great result because of it.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Smith. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. Opening play of this drive comes from the 11. They'll leave it with him. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
They'll run it out of the shotgun. Not much there. They'll give him 1 to the 14. Illinois needs a big play here on 3rd and long. Defense showing blitz. Will they bail out of it? To the air, it's Barnes. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
And everybody in the stadium knew that was going to be a pass, right, guys? I mean, it's 3rd down. You're trailing by so many points right now, and the defense is just smelling blood in the water. They're like sharks out there right now, getting after the quarterback. They've been doing that all game, by the way, and that's a trend that looks like it's just simply going to continue.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. They'll leave it with the lone back. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Wants to go up top. Just a short pass to the tight end. What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line.
A lot of smiles right now on this offense. They've got a big lead, and they're just having fun out there. They're still throwing the football. These receivers are still getting open. Pass protection is still great. This quarterback's thinking to himself, man, I'm going to be padding my stats here in the second half of this game because everything we're dialing up is working.
Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. Off play action. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
I know it wasn't an interception, but a lot of times tips and deflections leads to interceptions. Great job by the defender getting his mitt on the football.
He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Goodness gracious, if you blinked, you missed it. Horrible blocking up front. Defender gets in there so fast.
Did he line up in the backfield? It's good. He could have hit a string right in the middle of the uprights there. And they just tack on a little more to this gargantuan lead. That lead just keeps getting fatter, and this kickoff team doing a little running. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Plenty of time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Out of the chute, quick toss to the right. They get him down, and that'll be the final play of the 3rd period. Time has expired here in the quarter, and Oregon has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the 4th. It'll be 2nd down as we open the final stanza. Dropping back, it's Barnes. Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23.
We've seen throughout the course of the season, defenses have had their hands full with this quarterback. He's simply one of the best in the country. But what can you say about this defense here today? They have gotten after him, registering multiple sacks, and they've never let him get into a rhythm.
Illinois runs the punt unit onto the field. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. Yet another punt on the way. Got to make sure that hamstring stays loose. He's been busy. He only needs a sliver of daylight. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. And generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
Got his man. Showing off those sweet feet as he gets it to the 45.
Man, it's so important when you play QB. I got to know when to put some air on it, and I got to know when to rocket that thing in there. Work in the middle of the field. He knew he needed the rocket. Threw it in there. Great job. Great catch.
The Ducks come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. They'll go to the air on 3rd and short. Caught in the backfield, it's Bray. He gets the job done on 3rd down. They move the chains. It's at the 37.
And this is why checkdowns are so big. There's a lot of quarterbacks in these types of situations on 3rd down. They just want to make the home run, highlight type throw. But a nice job being poised and making a good decision, checking it down to the running back here.
Breaks into the open. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Man, this sophomore quarterback unleashed a cannon on that one. The Ducks are moving quickly down the field. They'll throw it from the red zone. He's got his man. Now the connection takes it to the 11.
That's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
Makes the grab over the middle. The tackle is made, but he's got it 1st and goal from the 6. The offense threatening, close to the end zone now with a new set of downs. Smith dropping to pass. Bringing the heat. Oh, he's going to be brought down. A huge loss on the play. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. It's complete on the right side. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. It's 3rd and goal and a long way from the end zone. Caught. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short gain there.
Nice job by the defense there on 3rd and long, just sitting back and keeping everything in front of them. They give up an easy completion, but because they were able to rally and make the tackle, now they set up 4th.
It's good. Easy call for the refs. And that'll add 3 more to a lead that is already way out of hand.
And they just tack on more points to this big lead. Listen, 4th quarter was sitting extremely pretty. All we got to do, not give up big plays, make them earn everything they get the rest this way, and we're looking pretty good.
Here comes the Illini offense back onto the field. Last drive was a quick 3 and out, and now time is even more of a factor to get something going. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down, 2nd down coming.
At this point of the game in the 4th quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help them out in coverage.
Intercepted. Man, they just can't get anything going. He was looking for that big return to go with the pick, but he'll set him up in business at the 36.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's past, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
Had to work to pick up 3 down to the 33-yard line. got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Dropping back, it's Warner. Makes the grab on the left. They get him stopped, but the big gain has them on the doorstep. Let's mark it at the 13.
Well, we see another catch by this guy. This defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon.
And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Ducks! They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their 4th straight win.
Points, points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns in the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
The Illinois offense returns to the field. Last drive ended with a pick. Vitally important to take care of the football this time. Looking to throw on first down. Flips it out on the screen. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2.
Love the execution there on the screen. The running back shows pass protect. Last second turns around, so he's able to get the ball. The D linemen have already run past him. Now he can turn upfield for a big gainer.
They're looking to throw on 2nd and short. He's got it. Dragged down at the 30 after a 5-yard gain.
Well, it's important in this game, this offense gets the running back involved out on the perimeter in space where he can do some damage. That time they got it to him throwing the football. He picked up a couple of yards, but it gives the defense something to think about.
Got his man out of the backfield. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Looking for a man, it's Barnes. And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down.
This defense has just been all over this guy all game long. Under pressure, they're finding a way to get to him and affect his rhythm. Of course, they have an interception in this game. That's why they've got a big lead here in the 4th quarter. This guy has never gotten into a rhythm.
Stop is made at the 35-yard line. It'll be a 4th down. Illinois lining up to punt this one away. They're up to a half dozen kicks today. He did a great job finding some running room on that return and was able to set up the offense with good field position. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Bunch formation for these receivers. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Gets it out fast. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the 1st down. That's quite a start to a drive, and now they'll snap it from midfield. Wants to throw on 1st down. Catch in the middle, it's Bauer. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
For the offense.
Wants to go up top on 1st down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and downs. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
Here he goes breaking the pocket. Nothing to do with the football, and he just throws it away. It'll be 3rd down.
Good decision by the QB. You're outside the pocket. You're trying to find an open target. No one's open. Throw it away and live to play another day.
Just keep slinging it. Quickly complete. They'll stop him just outside the 30 at the 31-yard line. That's not enough for the 1st down, and now they have a decision to make. And the Ducks looking to convert on 4th down. Needs it to keep this drive alive. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the 1st down.
How about that? You got the lead late in the game. get some first downs, salt this clock away. This is the exact position you want your offense in.
Imposing their will, right, David? I mean, we know we're running it. You know we're going to run it. We're trying to ice this game. There's nothing you can do to stop us.
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
And there's no mercy rule in college football. They've got a huge lead here in the fourth quarter, and they're still staying aggressive. They're still throwing the football, going out and executing, working on their craft. They've got bigger fish coming up down the road, bigger games. So you got to keep sharpening the tools, and that's what you're seeing here in the fourth quarter.
And the defense, got him at the 27.
And that's exactly what this defense needed. They needed to have something positive. Give up some yardage. They've given up some plays. No big deal. Got right back in it on this drive with that big sack.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. He did not make it a stone wall on third down.
Yeah, and really good third down situational defense. You know it's third and long. You know the pass play's coming. Defense was ready. Nice job forcing the fourth down.
So how good you feeling right now if you're on offense in this situation? You want to just play conservative? You want to punt it over and let your defense finish out the game? Or do you trust your quarterback to go make a play and win the game right now?
And after this play, the cake will be baked. Looking to throw, it's Barnes. Oh, they're after him. He's taking a deep shot. A sensational grab down the field there as they try to at least put a positive spin on the end of this game. This is what an elite team does. They know they're better. They go out. They take the figurative sledgehammer and hit them right between the eyes.
And they just look good in every phase of the game. If I'm on the coaching staff, I don't know what you could ask for your guys to do better. I think the challenge now for this team is going out next week and trying to play with the same type of intensity and the same level of execution.
Well, Jesse, it's easy to look good on the field when you look that good in your unit. Like when you look that good coming off the bus. Those dudes are good. This is a great team, and they proved it. Just domination from start to finish.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.